Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Showing your true colors there, buddy.
What?
Spitting at people.
Fucking Gator shirt. Sorry ass team.
All
I
right.
swear to God, he's always wearing orange.
I noticed that when I was coming up here. And I'm like,
Every
I gotta be
fucking
wearing this
time.
shirt again. Yeah. Well, I just noticed, actually, we got the Gators and the Seminoles shirt in here.
I was thinking about you wearing a UCF shirt, but
Please don't.
Yeah,
Definitely you.
I forgot. What's your affiliation with?
All right, you pulling out the Mitch
you
card?
should have worn your UCF stuff.
I know. I should have.
College night.
I mean, he basically did. Act like they're hot shit and act like you're hot shit and then
It's
just
true.
do nothing.
UCF,
Gives
baby.
it one 4-star recruit, and that's their basis for the whole year. How's it feel? 1 4-star recruit. I think.
You guys can't even beat us, and the SEC is supposed to be so much better. So you're.
Because they started Emory Jones, who's
I don't
fucking
give a
We
hot
didn't have a
shit.
head coach.
I don't give a damn. The SEC is supposed to be so much better, and you can't beat us. On a bad season on our part too, because we weren't even good last year. So,
We were We were shit.
oh well.
I
Lost.
would have rather. Who'd you start at quarterback that game?
Mikey
Mikey
Keene.
Keene. I'd rather have Mikey Keene.
No.
I'd rather have Anthony Richardson.
Facts. Heisman winner the next 2 years.
Bum.
Amen.
All right. You know who's not winning an award anytime soon? Any of the Orlando City players. All-Star break's coming up. No one's selected for the All-Star game. Pedro shot in there.
I'm glad they aren't.
Maybe he shouldn't have been there, but he definitely deserves a mention, at least.
Who?
Pedro.
Pedro.
Yeah.
Cesar.
Saved our ass
See,
way
yeah,
too many
see, yeah.
times this season.
They both deserve honorable mentions, but nobody on this roster deserves to go play in that.
As of right now, not a chance. I think I saw a video. On, is Gareth Bale there?
Probably.
Oh,
In
He's
the
made
All-Star
what,
game, there's no way.
That's what, if he is, he's made 2, maybe 3 appearances.
He hasn't had a start yet, has he?
I don't know. Last week, I think he might have started, and then when he absolutely dusted, who
Justin
was?
Glad.
Yeah.
Real Salt Lake.
Eh,
Was that on the wing and he cut in?
yeah, and then just cut in and slotted it. It's like, and then later on in the same match, Chiellini just obvious handball, and everybody's
So
just
bad.
like, it's Chiellini.
But
Fuck
if
it, let it go.
If an American player did that,
Yeah.
they're shitting on him. And we're getting the MLS is getting shit on, but since it's Chiellini, it's fine.
Yeah.
So far, Bale's played 18 minutes in a match, 25, 27, and 26. So I don't think he's gotten a start. But in those 4 games, he has 2 goals.
Wow. Signing attackers. What a thought.
Competent attackers.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I can't. I haven't got to see Angulo play. I really haven't got to see Gio Aquini play because he didn't really touch the ball. What was the away match we were watching at your house? DC.
I like to
Well,
forget every fucking game I watch.
I
Honestly.
didn't really get to see him play against DC because he probably had max like 6 touches, and then
He also had max 5 minutes.
Oh, he came on in the set. Didn't he come on right when we were leaving to set up?
Who?
Gio Aquini?
Oh, yeah, in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last
so,
game.
I just haven't been able to really see him play at all.
He came on for about 20 minutes in the DC game too, though.
All right, that's why I was saying he got like maximum 6 touches because he was played outright, and then we made more subs and he was thrown up top in a 5-4-1 to
By
try
himself,
and save the game. Yeah. So, bless juice.
Oh.
I want to see what he can do with our first team.
Yeah. Why do you think I've been trying to start him?
Well, I've been trying to start him too.
I don't know why we
sneeze
haven't,
again.
because like Angulo right now shouldn't be starting. Can we see Wilder Cartagena start at some point? Maybe, because Caesar needs some rest, but you also want to integrate him into the team slowly. And it's just, I don't know. Like, we need change and we need to make stuff better, but we also can't just throw these guys into the fire. So it's going to be a trial by fire, and it's not going to be great. But here we are. Kind of set ourselves up for that.
As a wise man named Claude once said. I'll let you put the clip in.
TV Claude, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked.
It's time to go!
It's time
Is it-
to go.
It is. It is. We're playing the final game against the USL side that anybody should come in here and be able to give us a shot to win. Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Let's get somebody in here and change the culture right now.
But you're going to have to do it way sooner than later. Because if we wait another week, and that man has 3 weeks to prepare for a final,
Yeah, it's already less than a month, but
you're not looking great.
we're not looking great right now.
Like, look what happened to Spain when they fired Julian Lopetegui before the World Cup.
All right, so there's still a chance that with our current form, we lose that final with Oscar.
Oh, yeah. If Sacramento comes out and plays good football,
so
physical,
then
fast football,
what's the loss bringing somebody in that's going to change the culture?
It's just the fact that we've done so well in the Open Cup up to this point with Oscar. How, I don't know, because our MLS performances have been terrible. But that's the one thing we've been consistent with this year is winning games in the U.S. Open Cup.
Because the team believes in themselves. Because the team knows that they can win this because it's been a home game. You know what I mean? Like, every single match, like, they've continued to win. I think they believe in themselves in the Open Cup and know that that's their best shot at silverware.
I also think Oscar just lets them play, in the Open Cup. Because if you look at the way his team plays in the MLS compared to the Open Cup, it's like a world of difference. Like, they aren't even the same team.
yeah. I mean, I really, like, not trying to shit on your take. I just haven't noticed that. I haven't really looked for it. But it's like we do play more free football. So there is a difference. Is it better? 100%. But then why not keep that style when we're playing in the MLS? It makes no sense.
It comes down to the confidence of the team. I feel like is what it is, and they believe in themselves and not what's being told to them. So it's clear. I mean, that team last week Saturday was atrocious. That was disgusting. I saw a whole bunch of people, 11 players out there just trying to collect a check. You know what I mean, is what it looked like to me. None of them cared about the club. None of them cared about the fan base. None of them cared about anything else. It was just money earned for them.
But why is there such a dramatic difference between the Open Cup and the MLS?
Because they're not winning the MLS, and they know that.
You kind of saw that with the performance on Saturday.
You know what I mean? Even if we make the playoffs, we're not beating FC. We're not, New York, NYCFC. We're not beating Red Bulls again. We're not beating LA in a final. We're not beating any of them. We're not winning that, and we're not winning the Supporters' Shield. So our best chance is the Open Cup. So I feel like they're just like, we have to go all out for this.
Why not?
But,
No, go ahead.
But we played so well against Red Bulls. Why can't we do that in the MLS?
We're just inconsistent. So I don't think we know as a team we're not going to be consistent enough to beat Red Bulls in the MLS multiple times. You know what I mean? And especially when it comes down to it in the playoffs, like when teams actually care about that, because a lot of teams don't care about the Open Cup. We have to be real.
Can you imagine what the scoreline would have been if we played Red Bulls on Saturday? Would have been like 6-0, 7-0. We would have gotten blown out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
That performance against any team in the top four on either side of East and West, it's I don't even have words because it was that bad. The performance was that bad. I think I said to you, or I just said it when we were standing there in the wall. I was like, if we concede a second, our heads are going down, we're giving up, and we're not doing anything the rest of the match. What do? We conceded a second, our heads went down, and we didn't do anything the rest of the match.
I swear you said 30 minutes in. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, when did we concede? We conceded the first, what? I can't remember. Cannata's over here
Fucking
choking
dying.
on his Sprite. You need some Wait, you good?
You all right?
Choking
I don't know
harder,
about that.
Choking harder than Orlando City in the regular season. No, yeah, get in there.
You need to take a walk real quick? You want to take your quick walk?
No, I'm good, bro.
That's a bean.
You see, Orlando City, this is what you've done. This is on Orlando City.
Yeah.
I was just trying not to spit it up because I started coughing, so I had to force it down. We're good.
Oh yeah, you said. So when was the goal scored?
That's a great question. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
We're getting there.
Add the what's it called? The Jeopardy sound.
Oh, man, it's right up at the top.
Fuck off. 20th minute.
20th minute, yeah. So probably like 5-10 minutes later, I was saying we concede another, we're done. Because you could already tell the morale was a little bit down. And then it just went to absolute shit from there. So there was no saving that game once we conceded the first. One, I'm going to blame it on the smoke. The fact that we can't have smoke in that stadium pisses me off. I don't like, cool. Ban the, what was it, the
Flares.
Flares, thank you, I was going to say flames. Ban the flares.
Same shit.
Sure, I know they were probably already banned. Fire marshal didn't like it, blah, 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 whatever. But why are you taking away smoke that has been in the stadium since it opened? Makes zero sense to me. Totally off topic.
No, that's valid.
Yeah, it's just kind of like they've given up on the season. And you do that with X amount of games left. I think we have like 4 or 5 home games left, maybe. And it's just baffling to see them either give up on themselves or give up on Oscar.
So you saw DC, how poor they were, you know what I mean? One game in, you saw that mentality change, you know what I mean?
Bro,
That really fucked you up.
Orlando City's bringing Cannata to tears.
facts. Fuck this club.
Go ahead. I've talked for way too long. Go ahead.
What was going on?
Shit, Bryce is on another fucking universe.
All right, Dave, go ahead.
I back the fucking smoke thing. Like, it's not even like it's exclusive to us. Every fucking team has it.
Pretty
So
cool,
why
so.
are we getting like why is it getting banned for us?
It's just a moot point to me. Like, fuck the smoke, fuck the flares. I don't give a shit. I want my club to go out there and win fucking football games.
Yeah, but it also like it adds to the atmosphere, and then
Of course.
it also adds to the energy you see on the field. Like for the Arsenal game, the atmosphere is fucking amazing. Same with the Open Cup game against the Red Bulls. What happened? We played really well those 2 games. I'm not saying that there's like a direct factor between the two, but it definitely adds some sort of energy or something to the club that we've been missing.
I think there was a different energy in the wall in the whole stadium for that Open Cup game against the Red Bulls. 1, because it was a semifinal. 2, just because the scenes in the wall were ridiculous. You see the pictures and the video that come out of that, and it's like you want to be involved in that. If your heart is truly in this club, you want to be involved in that just because of the way that it looked. So then for the players to see that, the players to repost the pictures on their social media, and then the club to be like, yeah, no, fuck all you guys. It's just kind of like, all right, that's kind of fucked up. And then we're here.
It's not even like anyone got hurt or they're like any. Well, not that I know of
Your
at
shoes
least.
got painted purple.
They look fucking
They-
amazing.
yeah.
Like I'm considering buying more smoke and just leaving them in a bin and just soaking it in because they look fucking amazing. But like, not that I know of, no one got hurt, no reports or anything. It just some fire ass pictures and a great atmosphere.
Yeah.
So like, what's the problem?
Again, yeah.
The problem is we're never going to be able to recreate that, though. You know what I mean? With the true problem that's going on. And that's our performances on the field.
Man, you
Getting choked up even talking about it.
gotta go out there and just cough your lungs out and then come
Yeah,
back.
you just got to take
Yeah,
a
I was
walk.
going to say,
take a walk
clearly
real
at the,
quick.
well,
Go for it.
I was going to say, no, clearly at this point, I feel like I'm muscling through it, so we're just going to keep fighting through it. But
Up to you.
it's just poor, man. Like, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of going to the games, watching poor effort out there on the field. I'm tired of watching the games, the away games at home, watching us sit back after we go up a goal. It's just, I'm just going to go cough my lungs out, bro.
Yeah, I figured. You just bring Christian on.
Oh yeah, Christian, you want to come guest on the pod while he's away? Let's see.
Introducing
this goes.
special guest.
I'm wearing a. All right. Let's see this right
Christian's,
here.
a new segment called Christian's Corner.
You know, there's a mic.
There's a mic
way up
right
here.
in front of you. You need to bring it to your fucking face, you idiot.
No, you don't have to put the headphones on. You just got to bring the mic close. No. You,
Oh
it
my
has the
God.
arm.
There you go.
Hello. Do I put these headphones on?
Sure.
You can, yeah. You can hear me now?
Yeah,
You
I can
always
hear you.
All right.
Yes.
All right, bring it closer to you now. Like
Like
Hello.
there
this,
you
yeah.
go.
All right.
So your thoughts on the match?
Poor.
Closer. Yeah.
Poor.
You can hold it if you want. It's
I think from a perspective of like a competitive, when you want to compete, you compete. And I feel like from Orlando City's perspective, they kind of just gave up. They kind of just didn't try at all. I feel like there was just kind of no,
Desire,
motivation.
no heart.
Heart, but no motivation. I feel like they just don't care.
good stuff.
Besides that, I think the possession needed work. Passing was terrible. A lot of crosses that missed their opportunity. So
What about the finishing?
What
poor.
finishing?
I mean, there wasn't any. How many shots did we have on target? Probably none.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Clearly, because again, that's the passing. There's no.
We couldn't fucking string together 3 passes in a row, I swear to God.
No. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your guest appearance on your first OC Fan TV podcast. We'll bring Cannata
You're
back
very
in
welcome.
now, as long as he's got his lungs back. We'll see. Yeah.
That's how you use
Yeah. The fuck are you wearing?
I just got back from basketball.
Is this your phone?
I'm surprised you didn't wear the same shirt from last night.
The haunted house.
Yeah.
Oh, I clipped you and Patrick, so the viewers will be seeing that at some point on our social media.
Yeah.
We had 18 shots
Eight
against
on
New
target.
England. 3.
Yeah. Okay.
3 on target
Was
out
that
of 18.
one in every 6? If I
Yeah.
can do math correctly.
1 every 6.
I can do
New
that.
England had 11 shots, 5 on target.
Yeah, so they're about just under 50% on target, and
Yeah.
we're I can't do that math. 1 in every 6. I don't know what the
33 or something.
that's 1 in every 3. So what's half of that? Right
One
around
in every
15, 16%.
All right, we're doing the math. It's 18 divided by...
Let's see, OC Fan TV math.
Poor.
To try to figure out the percentage, he did 18 divided by 3.
All right, so 6%.
Oh no.
This is
Take a
interesting.
bean.
You gotta take one too.
Yeah.
For what?
For what the fuck we had to do earlier?
Free work.
Blame that on Al, who you have not seen on this podcast.
You want one?
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm taking my bean.
No. You stay here. You get a bean also.
Excited for it. Is it bad? It's Bean Boozled, so it's either good or bad. But they all they look the same.
What the fuck is this?
They're all fucking bad.
What is this?
Rotten
gotta be
egg
this
or
one.
some fucking other.
Liver. That's got to be liver and onions or cappuccino.
How the fuck do you figure out the percentage? Oh, I'm retarded.
What
It's
is
the
this
other
one?
way around,
This one's
isn't
butter
it?
popcorn. This is butter popcorn or
Not
rotten
even
egg.
2%. I did the actual math this time.
Not even 2%.
That's a lie.
That's false too.
That's too
Oh, no,
many.
sorry. 16% because you have
Yeah.
to move the decimal. Liver and onion.
That one's garbage.
What the fuck did you get?
Butter popcorn.
That's fucking bullshit.
Nope, I'm not doing it. Well, we made Bryce do another
Yeah.
one for spitting one out. So
Now get some fucking dirty dishwasher to wash it down.
I'm surprised both of them that came out weren't. Like at least one of them wasn't dirty dishwater. It's
Yes.
dirty dishwater. Come on.
What's the other one?
Oh, Tutti Frutti.
Nah, he's got to do the dirty dishwasher one.
To the middle one.
I don't think so.
What does it look like?
I don't fucking know.
Move the paper.
I think it's peach.
Do you watch football?
They're all just running together at this point.
Man, we're recording a podcast.
Yeah. What's the other one? Dirty dishwater birthday cake.
Or is it Stinky Socks and Tutti Frutti?
We're not doing that.
Oh, well, that's poor from you.
What do you mean?
Can we hurry up? Oh, never
Fuck
mind.
off.
Let's go.
Yes.
You gotta chew and down this one. We only got so
Just start
much time.
talking.
I can't remember what we were talking about, but
We're talking about getting the Poppy the fuck out of here so we can win
all
football
right,
games.
Here, then we're gonna go through this
Get
really quick. This one out.
the fuck out.
All right, so we got 2 over here for Poppy is out.
Where's he going? He's
Did you just throw the second one out? I just saw you throw 2 out. No, you didn't. I
Fucking
watched
liar.
you. You're a snake. All right, you got another one after we stop recording. So we got 2 on the Poppy's out train. What do you want
Like as of right now,
currently?
like if I had to keep him or let him go today.
What
No.
do you
I'm
think
I'm
Poppy is
asking.
out
You.
Do you want him out right now, or do you want him to stay? Like, if you could make the choice right now.
The dirty dishwasher fucks you up. I'm
So ass.
Pull the plug.
The thing is, like
The thing is, it's now or later.
later.
I agree with him.
All right,
Which is kind of
wait.
crazy.
I'm not saying now. I'm saying after the cup. I say win or lose.
Yeah.
He's out.
That's what. That's what.
That's what I
That's
I
what.
don't give a
yeah.
fuck if he wins. Good, great. He goes out on a high note, but get him the fuck out.
But then at that point,
After
I feel
the
like the
cup.
front office still is going to be like, no, we're just going to give him the rest of the season, so we have an off season to fully recoup.
I don't give a fuck.
I
Get
think.
Seb Hines coaching us. He's doing well with the women.
I think if he wins the Open Cup, he might get to the end of the year. But if he loses the
We're
Open
gonna
Cup,
miss
he's
out
done.
on the playoffs in 100%.
We're already out of the playoffs.
I know, but we ain't getting back in it with him. No
Out
shot.
of the last 5 games in the MLS, we have 2 points.
Exactly.
So there's no shot we make the playoffs.
Without him, we might.
So then, why? Yeah, that's my thing. Why for the Open Cup that we still may lose?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm on the train of whether or not we win or lose the Open Cup, he's out. But just from a front office perspective, it is smarter to keep him for the rest of the season, not make the playoffs, reset in the offseason. But from a fan's perspective, you just want him out. But then you got to go with an interim head coach, and you got to go through all this shit, and then it may be more of a disaster than going with like whoever the assistant coach was, or bringing in. They're not going to bring in Seb Hines from the Pride, but
Fine, give me Giles Bars.
yeah, sure.
There's no need for that whole long process. You know what I mean? Like they should be interviewing for that job now.
That's why my next question was: is how long, or do you think they just started possibly bringing?
They
in
should
guys?
have already been talking to people. You know what I mean? Like if this front office and this ownership is real about what they're talking about and wanting to create a winning team here, it doesn't just start with the roster. You know what I mean? It's the entire club. So they should have already been looking. They should have already been interviewing candidates. You know what I mean? Feeling out how the position's going to be responded to. So it shouldn't be a whole Man United situation where you're going to have Rangnick there for 6 months. You know what I mean? Like
But we were already planning our next coach. So
it should have been. It should be like week, 2 weeks. You know what I mean? New coach is in.
I think with the Wilfs being like first time investors in like football or soccer, I think they're gonna see that we have a cup on the line coming up, and they aren't gonna want to change anything until after it. I agree. It should have already been happening from the moment we lost 5-1 against or 5-3 to DC.
Should know the road win against Vancouver, or the road loss in Vancouver, the 5-1 was kind of that moment, huh? Montreal, my bad. Yeah, that was kind of the moment that I was like, "What
We
the?"
lost to 5-1 on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We-
that was that one watch party that we did.
4-1.
4-1. My bad.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Anything over 3 is just absurd. In that moment was kind of when I was like, "What is going on here?" So
All right, so we have 5 matches before the Open Cup. We play the Red Bulls in New York, New
Loss.
Jersey, Charlotte in Charlotte.
loss.
We might win against Red Bulls at home. They're fucking.
They're worse than us
just-
at home.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we play NYCFC here. We play Seattle here in Miami, and then it's the Open Cup.
Seattle's the only game I could see us getting 1 point out of.
Possibly Miami, just because it's a derby. You don't know what's going to happen. Then we play the Open Cup. We have 5 matches after that. So you have this 5-match window before the Open Cup right now, and then 5-match window after. I meant to look at the dates. Let's see. It goes from
It's a
after the
month
Open
window.
Cup, it goes from the 10th to the 10th of September to the 9th of October after the
Yeah,
Open
I was going
Cup.
to say
So you have a
yesterday would have been exactly 1 month before the Open Cup.
month. So he's like, I mean, like at that point, you just got to give I think you just give him the month and then you get rid of him. Like, are you
Like,
really?
It'd be nice to send him off with a trophy after the improvement we've seen under him. Maybe not in the terms of performance, but getting into back-to-back playoff appearances. It'd be a nice send-off for him.
My thing is yes, I understand the viewpoint of we have that Open Cup trophy on the line, but we've seen this form. You know what I mean? Especially in the past couple of matches. So yes, we have a trophy on the line. So we're gonna risk the fact that we've been playing good in the Open Cup compared to like what? You know what I mean? Like there's still a very good shot that we go out there and we get smacked by Sacramento.
I mean, I don't know about smacked, but
If that team that came out there on Saturday comes out to play against Sacramento,
we're losing. But it's not.
we're
it's not
losing
gonna be
2-0 with a 35% possession mark. You know what I mean?
I don't know about the possession.
I think we'd have more
point.
possession, but we just wouldn't do as much in the attack.
Yeah, a team that's fired up and wants to win like that against a team that looked like that, we would lose that game very bad.
The quality disparity is still too far because we wouldn't get smacked.
But you say that.
Sporting looked terrible in the attack, couldn't do anything, had more possession, had like 30 shots, but just couldn't finish.
Yeah,
That's where we're at.
They were
now.
they were the
Still
better
0-0.
team. They were the better team that game. Yes.
And it was still 0-0.
And-
So the fact that Sacramento can't finish on that shows just the quality disparity. Because I wouldn't say we're at the level of Sporting KC.
No, but they
down there.
still beat Galaxy on this run too. It's not like they've had it.
Galaxy's mid.
Galaxy's still
It's
better
like
than
us.
us.
I mean, we
They're
beat them
right
earlier
around
in the
us.
season.
They're right around.
Yeah,
us.
when we actually had form, like that's when we were talking about like we're world
Yeah,
beaters.
Starting to see our attack connect, and now
and it was because Kara crossed in one pass to Facundo when he finished it. I don't know, like
at least he can put a
I-
fucking
like-
ball in. Juan, he needs to get the fuck out too.
I completely understand the viewpoint, like where you guys are coming from. I get it, and it makes sense. But at this point, to me, we need to cut our losses and fix the situation.
I don't know. I can't. So you're saying get rid of Oscar right now?
Yep.
I can't hop on that.
If we've been talking to someone, which I know we have not, there's no way.
You never know.
I don't.
Yeah, you're
All
just
right.
saying it because it's a club, but like you never know. Because we were also like, we're not going to sign anybody this window, and then we popped
Yeah,
out 3
look at-
signings, and you
Wow.
heard nothing of it.
They're fucking great signings, aren't they?
But they're still signings. So you're saying that just because you're not hearing anything, nothing's going to happen. But we didn't hear anything about Gioacchini, Angulo, or Cartagena. And here we
Because
are.
we're not
We never
hearing.
hear anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
So,
not
yeah.
hearing anything because mainstream media around here is not interested in reporting about Orlando City.
Also correct, yeah.
So it's left to people like us to put that pressure on the club, and we can't get credentials to get in there and start asking questions. We've applied. You know what I mean? I've seen that debate go around about like, well, just apply for credentials, and you go in there and ask the questions.
Not
It's like,
that
well,
easy.
yeah, we fucking tried. Trust me, we want to go in there. I would gladly like to sit down in front of Oscar and be like, what was that? Obviously, more professionally. Orlando City, please let us. You know what I mean? Like,
Don't go too far.
but it's like, if they're not going to be the ones to put the pressure on it, then we need to be the ones to put the pressure on them. And at this point, yeah, I pray to God that they've been talking to somebody because I'm fed up.
It's not a great look for Oscar. Not a good look at all. The
Dude, sometimes it's
tactics
time to cut your losses. Frank Lampard was the manager of your club, and you guys sacked him for far less.
He
You know what I
also-
mean? Like, obviously, yes, the standards are so much higher at that point, but that's like your darling child. You know what I mean? So what's the attachment?
The fact that he's got us to our only 2 playoff appearances, has got us to a MLS's back final, and has got us to an Open Cup final.
All right.
Frank got us through the group stage of the Champions League.
And a 4-0 loss to United.
Congrats. If that's what you're holding on to over the past 5 years, 6 years,
What? That's just
Congratulations.
That's just a statement.
that is opening day. Anything? Do you want to talk about opening day?
No, I really
Yeah.
don't.
Okay.
He said not at this
Um,
point, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
No, it's-
there's not really a comparison there, though, just because he played for us for so long, as to where Oscar didn't have any connection to the club, except for coming here after he went and managed in Mexico. So there's a difference there. And Chelsea, I was gonna say Chelsea is also known for just cutting managers like that, but our history is also cutting managers like that. So yes, but I mean, I'm glad that we've given Oscar this amount of time because
He's had his chance. Yeah, no, I'm glad that he's had his chance, but he's run out of he's run dry for me. You know what I mean? Like it's the end of the road.
When did it start for you? Because did it start towards the end of the season / playoffs last year, or has it started this year?
Summer.
Last
for me
summer.
personally.
So mid-season last season?
Like July time.
So-
I told you guys.
I've been saying it for a while too. You know that.
Yeah, and we got roasted in the chat. Like,
when was that? How long ago?
I've been
last
saying it for
July, around-
since like COVID year. Not saying that he's a bad manager,
COVID year was our
but
best
no.
year as a club.
but that's what I'm saying. If that was our best year as a club, that's still not good enough.
Yeah, but we definitely took momentum from that
Right.
and got better.
So the year after that, decline, right?
Slightly.
Slight decline, right?
But we're also without one of our best players for
I
a good amount of the
we
season.
can continue as a club, as a fan base, as a club to make excuses, or we can cut the fucking shit and win games. How about that?
Pato was hurt the whole season. DK was in and
Pato's
out.
a fucking
We had
fraud.
2 chances to sign more players.
Yeah, but we don't make decent
So
signings.
cut the fucking excuses. We have new ownership, right? They've clearly shown they wanted to invest. They are clearly shown that they're not here to just stand around. You know, Mark Wilf wasn't here to celebrate that semifinal game. You know what I mean? He was here that when we lost that game in his eyes, he was going to relieve Oscar that night. I have a very strong feeling about that.
The Rebels?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like owners, yes, they're invested in their clubs and stuff like that. They want to see stuff for finals. Opening day.
You're just saying that from an
Derbies.
Arsenal perspective.
I'm saying it from a true, you know what I mean? How many American owners do you see showing up to semifinals? Were the Red Bulls owners there? I don't think so.
Well, probably not.
It's not like
Also-
Mark Wilf lives here either, you know what I mean?
Their owners are also. I don't even know how the Red Bull football structure works. So that's a different
Yeah.
situation.
I have a very strong feeling that he was here. If he lost that game, he was here to thank Oscar for everything he's done and to
move on.
and to tell him to move on.
And I don't doubt that. But now that he's got through the semifinal, I feel like he's got over that hurdle, and now the final hurdle is that the final. And either way, I think if he wins, he gets through the end of the season. If he loses,
done.
right there.
I don't know. If we were going to cut ties right then and there, that performance was like, oh well, hang on, let's see what's going on, and then it's just been boom, boom, right back to where we were.
Okay, so if you want to cut ties with him right now, who would you bring in?
There's a couple
Let's bring out the list.
different names out there. So you said one earlier that Zach disagreed with, but we would love to have here too. And he's out there, Marcelo Bielsa.
That's what I was thinking.
Bielsa. I'm sorry.
Uh,
That would be, it's a stretch, right? But we have owners that are invested and shelling out money. So I feel that we could match that type of obligation for him. He didn't perform well at Leeds in the end of his term. But we need somebody that's going to come in here and is going to be strict. You know what I mean? That's going to get everybody on the same page. That's going to get everybody wanting to work out in the field, run, do all that kind of stuff.
the type of football that he plays is way too fast-paced for the MLS.
He's got a point.
He adapted it though. You know what I mean? At Leeds, you even saw that adaptation going from that 3-back to that 4-2-3-1. You know what I mean? Like he can adapt it to this level.
But it is high speed. You're pressing. You never stop running. That's just not exactly what the MLS is right now. You just need solid
So
players
why
that can
can-
get their job done.
I think we could have that team next year if we make the right signings.
Well, but that's what I'm trying to say is like we're at a point as a league, right? We're starting to attract players. They're not young, or they're not old. They're coming here in their primes of their careers rather than going to the championship, stuff like that. Like, He went over to Leeds when they were in the championship. It's not like it's such a stretch for him to be coming to here to the MLS. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he's also 67. Does he want to stay in Europe and then finish out his career, or who knows?
I think you could
retire in Florida, baby. Come on now.
I think he's somebody that you could convince to do the project. I don't think it's as much of a stretch as we feel like it is, and it'd be great. I do think that that's the type of mentality. The guy that I do realistically feel like we could get and would really like us to get is Sampaoli from Marseille, former.
Yeah, well, we both got former Marseille managers in there. Between Andre Villas-Boas.
Andre Villas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I wanted.
So both of them former Marseille managers. They're both not super big names, both younger, and they both play very good football. Sampaoli's got a 1.89 PPG average over his entire career, so he's averaging 2 points per game. You know, Rafa Benitez is another name that's out there. Obviously, I don't really necessarily want that. That's just a name signing, but that was somebody that I saw on the list.
At this point, I don't even know if he'd attract players based on his
But
record at Everton.
somebody that I put on there that may be a little bit too high profile is Marco Reus from Dortmund.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little too high profile for us to be able to sign that, but that would, like we need to try to sign somebody of that caliber. We're at a point as a league and as a club that if we can bring in somebody like that, it'd be huge for us. Now, realistically, we're going to sign someone like Santiago Soliari from Club America. You know what I mean?
It's more likely we go with like a South American or North American coach rather than a European.
Soliari would be a great option, I think, for us. That Madrid for years, coaching, marketing, doing all the youth and stuff like that, and then his first stint at Club America didn't really go that great, but it also wasn't awful. They just have standards there. So there's a lot of names that they're available right now. Yeah. It's not like there aren't people out there. Like, we're not going to call up Poch. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
But we can convince Soliari, somebody like that, to come here and invest in this project.
So I just found this man. Don't know. I honestly have never heard of him. Roberto De Zerbi, 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 however you want to say it. He's Italian. He managed Shakhtar Donetsk from 2021 to 2022. They're running the Champions League last year. They had a decent win, but always managed to get them into the Champions League. Yeah, he was only there for a year, but he kept that. They kept that going last year, and then he managed Sassuolo from 2018 to 2021. So he's got that pedigree, young manager. For me, he's only 43, so he's younger than Villas-Boas. Former attacking midfielder, and we want that attacking, attractive style of football. So I feel like a young, kind of not aggressive, but just attacking and going at it kind of football would be great. That's kind of why I want Villas-Boas, but we're probably going to get some guy we never heard of out of Paraguay.
Yeah, in the past I would say that, but I truly feel like it's different this time around. You know what I mean? Like, everything's been different this season under this ownership. The investment on their end, the signings, the engagement with the fans, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's different now. So I could see us going after a higher profile name and trying to make a case to come here. You know what I mean?
I would agree because, like, in the previous ownership, we barely had money to splash on, like, player signings. Now we got a lot more money in the club. We could make a bigger signing.
And we've shown to, at least in this past year, we've shown that we're willing to make a big signing in the terms of Facundo. We're willing to splash money, so.
Then you see this window, and other than Nicolas Gioacchini, I had no clue who either of those guys were.
Yeah.
And that comes down to, we don't know if that's, the scouting department, coach's preference, you know what I mean? Like, obviously.
Between the four of us, none of us know anything, apart from a slight bit about Liga MX. none of us know anything about South American football.
No. And that's partially probably on us. You know what I mean? We know that that's where a lot of our talent comes from, so we probably need to start watching more of that. But it's even still, it's. I'm sure they were shortlisted. They're players that have been on that list for a while, and they've been looking at for a long time. But
I'd like to know if Orlando was ever in contention for Luis Suarez, because I know it came out saying, I think it was Seattle, and I want to say maybe Toronto. Were like two teams. There were 2 or 3 teams that were like fully in for him. But if we were ever in contention, maybe he just said, "No, I kind of see where your form is going. I don't want to be part of that." But like we should have been in for him.
I think it comes down to the DP slot, right? We didn't have a DP slot available.
Well, yeah, and then we sold Mendez, and we were like, maybe we're selling Mendez to give Mo that money, and then get
To
him
buy
out
that-
of the DP
yeah, buy down a
and
contract.
then bring in Suarez on a DP.
See, we were supposed to do that at the beginning of this season.
Get Mo off the DP.
Yeah. And we're going to bring in a new DP, like a new attacking DP, but
Well, I mean, I feel like we've seen clubs kind of bend the rules in terms of LAFC. I don't know
Miami.
how they've done that shit. Yeah, Miami. So
Don Garber, baby.
Yeah, when you're a big market team, you're able to do whatever the heck you want.
When you can attract those names, and then the league also wants that just to better themselves. You're
Right.
bound for.
That's why, I say we just need to go all in and try to, make a case to bring in somebody.
That's then all right. What position do you think we most need right now? Answer that. Then I got another question.
Like
Just position on the field. What do we need most right now?
manager.
Position on the field. What do we need most right now?
Manager, and then we need a
Gonna ask
a
each of
9.
you this question.
we
so.
we need a 9
All
that
right,
can.
then who are you bringing in to fill that position? It's the same thing as the manager.
But-
You should, if you want a replacement, you should have someone. in mind.
Benteke was somebody that I would have brought in.
Well, he's off the market now, so
Well, transfer market's closed, buddy. So
yeah. Well, yeah. Now we're looking forward to the summer window because we
over
we
the
still
summer
need-
window. So it's like I said before, we should be looking at the larger European clubs that are loaning out their young 18, 19, 20-year-old kids to these League 2 sides, these, French sides and stuff like that. Like Florian Balogun, he plays like a more complete Benji at the 9 position. He moves around. He actually can finish, and he presses, wants to be on the ball. I think he's on a year loan for 2.2 mil or something like that. You're telling me we couldn't make that deal happen?
I mean, it's not really up to the club; it's up to the player.
So he would, yeah, but again, he'd rather be playing, a League 2 side versus an MLS.
Didn't he get loaned out to the championship again?
No, he's in France actually.
I can't remember where he went. I thought it was going to be
Nice, I
Middlesbrough
think.
again, but I think I lied. Yeah, it might be France somewhere. But yeah, like I hate to bring it back to Chelsea's transfer window, but like we see it with players like Rafinha. You're like, all right, Chelsea and Leeds have agreed a deal, so you're like, all right, it's done. But then the player's like, no, I want this move here, and screws the whole thing up.
Yeah,
that's that Chelsea and Rafinha. That's a whole nother story with Barcelona. So
Well, yeah, but it's the same principle as to where
yeah. I mean,
does a player want to come to MLS because the MLS still has that stigma of not being the best league. But now you see Ricky Puig coming. Maybe that changes things for the league, and then we have the new Apple deal and like a lot more money coming through next year.
Yeah.
So things could change.
no, and we're at a critical point. Like we keep saying this. This is a World Cup year. You know what I mean? Like this was the big year for MLS attention for the next couple of years before the United States World Cup. Like we really need to get everything in a row before that point. And it's a focal point. Like we say, we as a league and as a club have to spend the money to keep up with the rest of the world.
I think 2026 is a really good point because you have all those players coming in. It may attract some players to stay in the U.S. We've got some pretty good spots that we're playing in for the World Cup. So hopefully that'll attract some more players, and by that time, we may see more of an influx of top tier quality players.
Well, yeah, you want to increase the strength of the league over the next 3 years after this, so that way when the World Cup comes around, you're collecting all those players that are looking to make a mark going into the World Cup so they can make that roster. You know what I mean? All those players that are like fringe players over in the top leagues, but they just need playing time to score goals and do stuff.
But that's where the European schedule fits better, because the MLS schedule runs and then cuts off during the World Cup. The European schedule is fit around the World Cup.
Well, this year is different. Yeah,
but next, all World Cups after
no,
this.
yeah, you're right.
We are the league that is off.
I completely forgot about that.
So, right now, you can't even say that this year the MLS would have been better, because now the Prem has started back up. All of the European leagues have started back up. So we didn't even have that excuse for us. If we were the only league to be running until the World Cup, maybe you see people asking for 6-month loans to the MLS. But that was literally our only chance, and it didn't even work out for us like that. So it's just not great. Until the MLS, also, that's another thing with promotion, relegation, salary cap, DPs, all that. The other thing is getting on a European schedule.
It's never going to happen.
The only reason being you got to compete with the NBA and the NFL.
No, our winners are fucked.
I feel like European winners are also bad too.
Dude, nah.
The weather in England period is
It's
shit.
always shit. Like every week.
What happened when USA played in St. Paul in Minnesota United Stadium?
Yeah,
Fucking
one match.
negative 20. Dude, that's the normal there.
Are there sports that happen across the U.S. that happen throughout the year? The NFL plays through it. What are outdoor? Is there an outdoor sport? I don't even know.
I mean, Wolverhampton is not a very warm place to play either, bud.
The weather is not an excuse at this point. The only thing is having to compete for viewership and money between the NFL and the NBA, NHL.
Which we are not at that point yet. We're maybe getting to that point, but as of right now, we have no shot.
Do you think the league would level out in viewership, or do you think it would take a massive dip?
If we were to compete with NBA, NFL?
Or do you just, well, actually, we could start seeing that, because I believe the Apple deal has almost all games on Saturdays and then 1 or 2 games on Wednesday, maybe Friday night. So they're really working. Then you compete with college football, but you're not competing with the NFL on Sundays. And then you have Wednesdays, which is what you don't really have anything. Maybe NBA games on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And then Fridays, college
I
football.
mean, there's 88 of them, so you can miss an NBA game.
Yeah, so I think you're kind of working towards that maybe with what you're seeing in this Apple deal. They planned it out to where they don't have to compete with the big pro brands.
But still, college football is still a decently
Massive.
big.
But maybe it gets more viewership. I don't know the numbers between college football and the NFL, but I'm sitting down and watching Red Zone on Sundays instead of watching Colorado v. whoever.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this Apple deal affects everything. You know what I mean? Is it going to help with viewership? Is it going to hurt? Because I personally don't have Apple TV.
You get a free subscription with it, with season ticket members.
Yeah, that's great. But if these clubs aren't doing stuff like that, you know what I mean? It's not another subscription that I'm interested in paying for.
Well, I mean, not many people are sitting down and watching random MLS games right now. I'm not opening up ESPN Plus to watch Colorado versus RSL. So are you really changing anything?
Well, yeah, because now this game's not going to be on My 65. It's going to be on Apple TV exclusively. I'm not going to be able to turn on my regular TV to be able to watch that game now. I'm either going to have to go to the game or I'm going to have to buy that subscription.
And get the device to have it compatible on. If you have an Android phone, you're screwed. Can't watch it on your phone.
If you have an Android phone, you're just chalked already. So.
Yeah. There's a lot of good that comes with that.
Actually, you can watch Apple TV on Android.
Can you?
Yeah.
Is there an app for Apple TV on Android?
Yeah, there's a lot of good that comes with it, but there's also a lot that could.
Well done.
The money
go
will
wrong.
We get a
money will help massively.
Yeah.
I don't know. This
Also, if we win in the cup, we do get money too.
yeah, 300K.
Hey, fuck it, buy down Mo.
300K. That was the rest. What was that? That's what the money that we got for without add-ons. That's the money that we got for Mendes.
All I know is if we do win the Open Cup and we do get into the Champions League, that's a selling point to players. We're playing in a
Players and manager.
Yeah. So it's something that we need to have. We need to win this cup to save our season. Is pretty much what it comes down to. Oh, it's 6 games
100%.
away, but it's just
I know it's hard to do it, you know what I mean? But I guess it comes down to me and seeing the Arsenal, firing Emery and then Mikel coming in and winning the cup, the FA Cup, in his first week as manager.
he was also it wasn't the first week. 2, he was also a shit manager in the league for 2 years.
Who? Emery?
No, what's his face?
Arteta.
He can't. I'm sorry. I thought he came in and won a trophy within his first month.
I mean, it might have been. You said first week the first time.
No, yeah, no. I exaggerating obviously, but I think it was within his first month he won the FA Cup.
It might have been, yeah, but then he also didn't have to do anything. But if it was a month, he didn't have to do anything but maybe win the semifinal and then win the final against a very injured Chelsea side, might I say.
What we are asking the MLS equivalent of a new manager to come in and do the exact same thing.
Yeah, but also Oscar has the ability to do that.
And Emery had the ability to do that too. But we got fed up with it. You know what I mean? So I think that's why I'm at the point where it's we can do it here at the MLS equivalent and things will be better.
I agree. But I feel like Oscar's the way he plays a game is set up for winning a final.
But he's never done it.
What do you mean by that?
He just sets his team up to get ahead and just hold a lead.
Yeah,
That's what he's always done.
Fucking shit way to win a match. I can't lie.
100%.
Yeah, but we've seen time and time again where we have the lead.
I agree.
We
I
sit
agree.
back.
I'm
We
not
invite all this.
sticking up for this
We invite
fucking-
all this pressure, and what happens? We end up conceding not too long after.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you mean. He sets the team up to be able to suffer, you know what I mean? And they should be able to come through that type of thing. But
I don't know about be able to come through it.
well, they should, you know what I mean? If your team is consistently playing a defensive style, you know what I mean? You should be able to suffer and come through the other side.
I wouldn't say we're consistently playing a defensive style, though, because we play 45 to 60 minutes of actually decent attacking football.
Right.
And then if we're up 1-0 at that point, we're like, yeah, let's fuck off and sit back.
So this is still every single match we play. We do that crap if we go up 1-0, right?
No, because we just went down 1-0 in the Open Cup and then said, no, we're not here for losing at home in the Open Cup and scored 5.
Correct, because we didn't go up 1-0.
Yeah.
So every time we go up 1-0, we sit.
Yeah, which is a stupid fucking
So
idea.
we've consistently done it. You know what I mean? We should have gotten to the point now where we can be able to sit
There's
and
a reason
break.
it hasn't worked. It's because it's shit.
I'm not defending the guy. I'm just saying I understand the statement that he made that the team is set up to be able to play in a big game because in a final, there's going to be periods of that match where you're going to suffer. You're not going to have possession of the ball. You're going to have to sit there. You're going to have to defend. So, yes, we've been able to do that for long stretches. Have we been able to keep the clean sheet? No. But we've been able to do that. Now, is that the way that we're going to be able to win this final? Obviously not, sitting back and breaking. But
Oh, yeah, that idea is like saying, I have this idea, but it's shit. So you can have an idea. you can have an idea, and you can try to do it. You can try to do it to the best of your ability. You can do it to the best of your ability. But because it's a shit idea,
right,
it won't work. And that's what we've seen because we've dropped 20 points when leading in the season.
I get it,
It's just...
but it's the same thing.
Second. We could have 40 points, even if it was just half. If we didn't drop 20, we dropped 10. We could be I think it's like 42 and 45 maybe at the top of the East. We could have 40 points right now, sitting in like third. But no,
Yeah.
we want to be shit.
Yeah, I get it, but I mean, we see it every single team, especially like opening week in the Prem. It's, you see that emotions are high. There's going to be long stretches of the game a lot of times when you're playing a good team where you're just not going to be able to get into the game. And you're going to have to be able to just stay compact, stay organized, and defend.
Yeah, you
But
can
to do it for so long is extremely hard. Like, I
That's
was
the
watching
issue.
the Nottingham Forest game. I forgot who they played. They did the
That
same
fucking
shit as us.
set piece.
Newcastle.
You saw
Newcastle, yeah.
that fucking set piece.
From which game?
The Nottingham set piece. Did you see
The
that?
second. Wait.
Where there was not a single Nottingham Forest player
Oh,
in the
they
box,
just
and they
ran
all 11 of them, except I'm sorry, all 10 of them just come running into frame.
Newcastle's defense was like right on top of the 18. You couldn't see a Nottingham player on the screen, and they all just come in running like it's an offside kick.
As Jesse Lingard's like running up on, like making his run up.
Well, yeah, that's special. But, like, I was watching the game. They sat back for the entirety of the game.
Yep.
What happened? They lose 2-0,
Yep.
and they looked absolutely shit. So, like,
Some teams are fit to be able to do that. Real Madrid is set up to be able to defend for 90 minutes, break, and score that 1 or 2 goals because they have that type of player.
yeah, I was going to say, well, the quality that they have compared to Orlando City is
I'm not making that.
night and day, and the quality of the opponents that they play in Orlando City is a lot.
Oh, yeah,
a
of
lot
course.
different. Like, Orlando City playing DC is a lot closer than Real Madrid playing whoever the bottom of the league is.
Right. You could see them doing it in the Champions League, though.
This is the Nottingham corner. Just come running in. And he catches it.
What the fuck was that?
My watch is telling me to breathe.
But
I'm feeling stressed and
I wonder why.
depressed.
I wasn't like comparing Orlando City to Madrid. I'm just talking about like the style of player that they have and the way that their team is constructed. You know what I mean? You see defensive midfielders and players that can break, sit compact and break. You know what I mean? We don't have that style. So we're not going to be able to sit compact for 70 minutes, break out and
Well, that's what they did against Liverpool in the Champions League final, and it worked.
That's because Trent can't fucking defend.
Trent can't defend, and the quality, like not even just between like Real Madrid and like Getafe getting relegated in La Liga, the difference in Real Madrid and Orlando City is like galaxies.
As soon as you start talking about two different leagues, everybody, you listen to the words that I say. The style of player.
Yes.
So meaning a 6, they play with a 6 and an 8 rather than a 10. You know what I mean? Versus the way that we play with our 6, 8, and 10 and an attacking style, because Pato's not going to sit and defend for 70 minutes. You know what I mean? That's not Pato's cup of tea.
It's also not Modric's style, but he did it.
He's fit in very well there, but you're talking about Cruz versus like a Urso type player. You know what I mean? A Cruz type player versus an Urso type player. They're not similar. You have somebody that's more set up and able to defend. That was a Mendez type player for us. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that Real Madrid and Orlando City, we're going to play in the fucking, Club World Cup and we're going to whoop their ass because, yeah.
Up the boys in purple.
The fuck. I'm just saying the way that team is
6-0.
built, the way that it's constructed, a stout back line, a strong midfield, and players up top that can run and break free, and Karim Benzema that can hold the ball up and feed it out to the wings. That's how they're set up. You know what I
They
mean?
have a striker that can finish.
Well, that's
striker that
besides
can
the point. You know what I mean?
Play
But
a simple pass.
Yeah.
we're not set up to be able to do that. You know what I mean?
I mean, you kind of are though, because you see
With Juan?
With Juan, yeah, you see, yes, but that's the MLS equivalent.
No,
We are set up to break.
we're set up to play more like a Liverpool. You know what I mean?
Just because they have Trent.
We're
That's the
set
reason
up to
you're
more.
saying that.
We're set up to play more like a Arsenal.
You're stretching on that one.
No. You're just gonna have to sit down. I'm gonna send you a link to a video later, and I'm gonna let you watch the tactics of Arsenal, and watch the way that Orlando City should play.
But we can't do that.
Yes, we can.
No, we can't.
Yes,
We don't have the quality on the pitch. There are certain ways to play that take quality. If I can't you can take a high school team and play one way, but you're not going to be able to take a middle school team and play the same way.
Right. So you're telling me that we can't have our center back split, we can't have our right back and our left back play alongside in the midfield, get up and invert because now we don't need Juan. We can let
So you're having Partey sit in the situation and
we're having
three back?
Cesar Mendez sit. Or Cesar, I'm sorry.
Cesar Mendez.
Jesus Christ. Cesar sit. Our fullbacks are now joining along in the midfield.
Yeah.
Now, when Tierney plays, he plays like Juan and flies up on the left.
Yeah, he's shit.
But when
So is
Zinchenko
Juan.
plays, he comes into the midfield, and now we have a 3 in the midfield, as well as having that ability to play 3 at the back because Cesar's not really sitting.
So is Joao pinching in?
He's sitting along in that midfield line rather than sitting along in the back 3. Then up top, you have your wingers keep wide, and you allow Benji to play the half spaces to connect those areas. Martin Odegaard plays the 8. Martin plays the 10. Xhaka plays the 8. Urso plays the 8. What's his
Mo.
name? Mo plays the 10. We
See-
literally have the same stylistic players, just the MLS equivalent.
See, that's a problem right there. I don't think Mo should be our cam or our number 10.
Who should? Or do you think we should play without one?
We should bring someone in next. I'm talking about next
He
season. We
just
should.
replace the man.
No,
Do
we
you think
should,
Pato could play that
maybe,
position?
but we should. Mo's never been a number 10. Never. He was playing right mid at wherever he was playing,
Krasnodar.
Russia, and he played the 8. He was never a number 10. He doesn't score. He has beautiful passing range. He can make a beautiful ball, but he can't. He's not a threat going towards goal.
Yeah, he doesn't have like a, what's it called?
We need a number 10 that can score and assist.
Let's see. I want a good.
And
Dave
if we
defense
had
word.
fucking Mo as a number 8,
He doesn't have like that killer instinct to take a shot on the top of the box.
But he has a
I guess
killer
that's what I'm
instinct
trying
to take a shot on a free kick when the keeper's lined up on his near post. I guess
So then we play Mo at the
Fucking
8
open
and we
goal.
play Pato at the 10.
I mean,
I think he played that role against against Arsenal, right? And he
I
did it
told-
well.
It was literally like watching a mirror in that match, the way that Arsenal played. Like,
Except we did it
Arsenal
better.
were also split open. Their center backs were.
Your first half center backs were shit.
talking
yeah,
about
all
two
over.
guys that are no longer with the club.
Oh, Rob Holding's still with the club.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about Nuno and Pablo Mari on that goal.
Center backs.
But yeah, Rob Holding's still with the club. But the other two that were responsible for that breakdown, literally, as soon as they got off the plane in London, were put in fucking other planes to go to wherever
Going
the hell.
against fucking Benji Michel.
Poor, right? Fucking
Oh, I just,
atrocious.
finished that. That's.
But you know what?
To this day.
They still would never play for your club in Europe.
Because
Yeah.
both of your clubs are playing in the second tier of Europe.
You're about to not be playing in Europe.
You're
Would-
so confident.
You're on fucking crack.
Raise your
so
hand.
Confident. We are one match weekend.
Raise your hand if you actually created a goal that you scored this weekend. No, you had a
Yeah,
stoppage. You guys
did-
scored on a pen, right?
Did we create the opportunity to
Yeah,
get the
no, you had a dipshit that was just that got handsy.
Bro, Decore and Yerry Mina both need to be put on watch. Yerry Mina.
Sterling
for
needs to be put on
100%.
watch.
No, he was on the ball. It's not his fault.
He was on the ball, that's for sure.
I saw this video that was
Bro. Shut the fuck up over there.
You want to talk about Harry Maguire already being peak form with the one picture of him like holding
Holding-
player's leg up in the air.
Harry.
favorite ankle locks of all
bitch.
time.
He's also the reason that you conceded the first goal.
Yeah, my 3 favorite ankle locks of all time: Chris Jericho, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Harry Maguire. 2 wrestlers and Harry Maguire.
Harry
There you go.
Maguire made his players stand on the wrong side.
Stayed on the wrong side of the tunnel. That man is a mess.
All right, we're bantering. We're getting to that point,
We're-
right?
And it's already
Horribly.
10:45.
Yeah, so
are at
we
that point.
need to skedaddle. Follow us on Instagram at OCFanTV, on Twitter at OCFanTV22, on TikTok at OCFanTV, on YouTube. Well, if you're seeing our ugly faces, you already know that, but it's OCFanTV on
Orlando City Fan TV.
Orlando City Fan TV, sorry. On Spotify, if you're listening to us, you obviously already know where to find us because we're on Spotify, Apple Music, and all the other streaming platforms. Rate us 5 stars. Like, subscribe, hit the notifications. We were doing good. We were on a streak there of a couple weeks in a row without asking about when the fan reacts were going to come out, and then one of you idiots did
One
it.
of you Tottenham fans. No, there's a guy on Twitter.
Yep.
Said, when's the YouTube video coming out? Yesterday. You gave me less than 24 hours.
Yeah, mate.
Calm down.
Turn on the notifications. It'll
And then
let you
you'll
know.
find out.
You'll let you know
Yeah.
when it comes out. If not, you're just going to get blocked from the channel, and you'll never be able to see it. No, I'm
Whoa,
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
hey.
kidding. I'm kidding.
We need
Other
those
than-
views.
Other than that, that's 3 episodes for me with no beans. So
And we forgot one thing. Whoever on Twitter has @OCFanTV, we don't care about your Jason Christ murder mysteries. Give us the Twitter handle @OCFanTV, or murder mysteries will soon be about you.
Facts.
That's all I got. Bryce, you got anything to close out?
No.
it's time to go.
Ooh, Dave, you got anything?
It's really close to getting to. It's time to go.
It's time
So-
to fucking go.
It's time to go for
Can
us.
we fucking please tighten up for the last however many months we have left
What are we in August?
and make the
September?
fucking
October?
playoffs
10
August?
games.
10
games?
matches, 10 matches in an Open Cup final.
Tighten the fuck up and let's
Pause.
bring some hope to Orlando City, please.
Said tighten the fuck up. Pause. Let's get that out of here.
Don't know if that was either a stretch from you or not. Yeah, vamos Orlando.
Summertime sadness.